Hey there, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, we're here tonight for an episode of What's New. This will be very late. I just got in maybe half an hour ago, so I've been busy. Just this season, you know how it is. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Anyways, tonight we're doing an episode of What's New, and the person we're doing, of course, is going to be Bill Wyman. That was supposed to be done last week, but I was really late getting home last week. At least this week I had a chance to listen to the album, and I got a chance to do it when I came home right away, so that's what we're doing. The album is called Drive My Car. I think it's about his seventh or eighth studio album. He hasn't done one for a while, though. It's been about 9 years or so. So this was released August the 9th, 2024. He recorded this at his home studio, and it's about 34 minutes or so in length. Featured on the album are Bill Wyman on bass, Terry Taylor on guitars, and Paul Beavis on drums. I couldn't find any indication of who was singing, but I assume it's him doing the vocals. So overall, I found this album, it's got some country aspects to it. It's got a little bit of that rockabilly feel, some folky sounds, some poppy sounds, and of course some bluesy sounds. So you got all this kind of stuff going on the album, and in a kind of a mixture. The songs are really specific in length, though. So you've got the shortest song is like 3:14, and the longest song is like 3:44. So it's like half a minute between all 10 of the tracks, and like they're all pretty consistently the same that way. Okay, so the vocals, of course, are very whispery, very kind of rough, very quiet. The whole album's like that. The whole album, just that's all the vocals you get is that style. Some of the songs there's like I said, a little bit of pop, a little bit of folk, a little bit of blues, a little bit of country, maybe some bluesy stuff, of course, too. So, and varying degrees. I have to say, I did like the album. I didn't fail any of the songs, but I didn't give any of them a really high mark. I think it's kind of an album that gets, when you play it repetitively, it gets into you. And so we're going to talk about the tracks now. 10 tracks in total. It opens up with Thunder on the Mountain, which is a Bob Dylan track, which he's re-recording here. It's got a kind of a poppy country feel to it. The vocals, of course, are whispery. I'm not going to keep repeating that about the vocals. They're all pretty much the same. There's a picky, bluesy guitar part throughout the song. It's kind of an okay song. I liked it. It was kind of a nice opening to the album. Drive My Car, which is the title track, another country-like tune. Vocals, again, the same. Got some quirky lyrics on this song. Bit of a boppy kind of sound, bluesy kind of guitar parts. Yeah, a decent track. Next song out, Bad News. Another catchy opening riff. So again, the vocals are the same, and a kind of a picky guitar. So not really much difference between it and the last song. Then we got Storm Warning. This is the longest track on the album at 3:44. Not particularly long. They're all like I said, right within the same wheelhouse. Got an opening picky guitar sound to it. The vocals are a little bit more whispery on this track than on most of the rest. Just ordinary lyrics. Most of the songs are just ordinary topics, nothing unusual. And then some picky guitar parts on this track too. Light Rain is the next track. So if you were doing an album, I think the vinyl will probably have Light Rain as the final track on side one. It's an acoustic guitar opening with a little bit of guitar parts that are kind of bluesy throughout the track. This vocals, again, a little bit more whispery than some of the other ones. Then you'd flip, if it was a vinyl, you'd flip it over, you get Ain't Hurtin' Nobody. This is a catchy melodic, slow melodic guitar picking with some heavy banging drums in the background. So this is the first song that I really noticed the drumming. Vocals again, whispery and a bit of a rough sound to them as well. It's catchy, up tempo riff. The solo is there's little bitty solos throughout the album. There's a little picky like solos throughout the song. Sorry, not the album. Yeah, so I like this one. Probably was my favorite track up to this point. The next track is my favorite on the album, Rough Cut Diamond. This is more up tempo. It's a kind of a catchy country like flavor to it. The riff, vocals are the same as all the other songs, and the lyrics are a little catchy on this one. So I did like this one, probably my favorite, like I said, on the album. Then you got Wings. It's kind of a bluesy acoustic guitar picking with a very clear sound on this particular track, at least for the guitar, with some slide guitar parts in there as well. It's got a really kind of a catchy beat as well. Yeah, pretty much the vocals are pretty much the same as all the rest of the tracks. Then you got Two Tone Car, kind of a poppy up-tempo guitar part with some very 50-ish sounding guitar parts to it as well. I found this to be kind of a catchy upbeat track. The solo is catchy as well. And yeah, nothing much different on this as far as the vocals go, like this track as well. And then it ends off with a really good track, Fool's Gold. This one's kind of got that country sound with a picky guitar part to it, a little bit of slide, and a little bit harmonica on this one as well. It's got a kind of a rockabilly flavor to it, I think. The vocals are, of course, the same as all the other ones. And the guitar solo is a slide guitar solo. So overall, I found it to be a kind of an interesting album. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I figured I would like it, but I wasn't sure I would like it as much as I do. So, yeah, excellent album for Bill Wyman. I think this one will get a little bit more of a chance with me. I'll look for it. If I can find it for a reasonable price, I probably will get it. So, so Drive My Car by Bill Wyman, released just this year for What's New. So I hope you liked this episode. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell above my head. Any comments about the album, if you've had a chance to listen to it, put them in the comment section below, and we will be back next week. Is next week? Yeah, I think next week will be the final episode of the year for What's New. I am going to be doing Janus. I just want to make sure I get the name of the album right. Actually, I don't have it down. They have a new one, Janus, so we'll be doing that album. Will be the final album of the year. So I hope to see you all, and we will probably do. I know I was supposed to do a new album release this afternoon, but I had too many things to do, so I just didn't get around to it. So I'm going to add it to next week's album list. Probably will come out on the Saturday. I might actually put it in somewhere on the holidays, maybe on Boxing Day. So we'll see then. Anyways, I'm glad to have had a good run of albums so far this year. Next week we'll also be doing the top 20 list on favorites for my top 20 albums that were released this year. So take care and have yourself a good evening, and this will come out pretty soon after I finish it here. So take care and have a good one. Goodbye.